Hello friends, myself Dr. Nandakumar Ravole from College of Engineering, Kazogai is going to discuss Applied Thermodynamics 1, our 27th lecture. This lecture we have discussed about numerical on reheat and regenerative. So now we start to the gas power cycle. That we will discuss Carnot cycle. Vapor power cycle working used was steam, which was vapor. The properties of vapor are not going to remain constant throughout the cycle. Was having different behavior, different kind of its state. Now here we are going to study gas power cycle where the working substance is gas and the properties of gas obey a gas laws. Therefore, it has got a certain a particular condition at the particular property that can be governed by gas law. Now today first we will discuss about Carnot cycle. What this Carnot cycle is and how Carnot cycle works and what are the advantages of Carnot cycle that we will. So a typical Carnot cycle contains four processes. First process 1 to 2 is isothermal compression. So isothermal compression means the process works at constant temperature. So temperature T is equal to constant. Process 1 to 2 temperature remains constant, that is nothing but PV is constant. It follows the law PV is equal to constant or constant temperature and is at temperature T2, lower temperature. Working substance isothermal without allowing it to change its temperature, that is represented on S diagram by the horizontal straight line 1 to 2. The working substance is compressed, then again it is compressed isentropically from 2. So when it 2 working substance is isentropically compressed isentropically compressed in the sense it obeys the law PV raised to gamma equal to constant. This is isothermal process obeys PV equal to constant, is PV to gamma is equal to constant. Here during isothermal isentropic compression neither heat is accepted or nor heat is liberated. But during process 1 to 2, as it is a compression process, there will be heat rejection during this process QR or rejected from system to the surrounding. And during this process 3, the compression makes system to increase its temperature, and when it reaches at point 3, then this is expanded isothermally. The gas is expanded isothermally from 3 to 4. So it follows the law PV raised to. During expansion, the temperature falls, pressure also falls. So here there will be heat supplied to this as the expansion process makes to reduce the temperature, and the reduction in temperature allows the system to accept the heat. So heat is supplied during process 3 to 4 and that is represent 4 is supplied to the system to yes heat is supplied to the system and here from the system R. So now just to the state 4, system expanded isentropically and it follows the law PV raised to gamma is equal to constant, and during process there is transferred from system to surrounding or from surrounding to system. So therefore the work is done and where the temperature of system gets decreased from 0.4 to 1, but entropy of system remains constant as there is no transfer of heat from surrounding to system or system surrounding. These are the four processes involved in Carnot cycle. Already you were aware about isothermal process and isentropic process. So now these four processes constitute a Carnot cycle. So now how this Carnot cycle works, that we have seen. Now what are the various processes? This we have discussed. So first we can say here process 1 to 2. 1 to 2 is nothing but isothermal heat rejection. Call this as isothermal heat rejection process. Then process 2 to 3 is isentropic compression. You can call this as adiabatic compression or isentropic compression. Isentropic compression process, during which no heat is supplied to the system or no heat is rejected from the system. First 1 to 2 occurs at temperature, lower temperature T2 is equal to constant temperature process 1 to 2. So when system reaches state 2, it is isentropically and pressure increases, whereas volume gets decreased. From 3 to 4 it is isothermal expansion. 3 to 4 process is isothermal expansion. Of gas at temperature T1, higher temperature T1 is equal to constant, follows the law P is to PV is constant, the isothermal law. This follows the law PV raised to gamma is equal to constant. This also follows the law P equal to constant isothermal. Then coming to this process 1, process 4 to 1 is again isentropic expansion. Expansion follows the law P raised to gamma is equal to constant. Now as the cycle is reversible, so applying first law of thermodynamics to the system, applying first law of thermodynamics to the system, first law of the system undergoing a cycle, first law of thermodynamics applied to a system undergoing cycle. There are two kinds of this first law of thermodynamics. First law of thermodynamics applied to a system undergoing a state, law of thermodynamics applied to a system undergoing a cycle. So here we are applying first law of thermodynamics to a system undergoing a cycle because it is completing cycle. So this law states that cyclic integral of work is equal to cyclic integral of heat. So that means the work interaction, sum of work interaction is equal to the sum of heat interactions. So now here let us assume that the heat transfer during various processes is a Q1 to 2 is heat transfer during process 1 2 plus Q2 3 is heat supplied during process 4 1 is the heat supplied during process 4 to 1. So now heat supplied during process isentropic process 2 3 and heat supplied during process 4 to 1 is 0, because these two processes 2 to 3 and 4 to 1 are isentropic process. There is no heat transfer. Heat supplied during process 2 3 and heat supplied process during process 4 to 1 are to be 0. So the total heat supplied is Q1 to 2 plus of Q3 to 4. That is nothing but heat is supplied only during these two processes. Call this as equation number 1. That is nothing but the work done. Net work done is nothing but sum of heat transfer during process 1 to 2 and heat supplied transfer or heat transfer during process 3 to 4. So out of these two heat interactions, Q1 to 2 is the heat rejected by the system. So here just we have seen rejected QR, and here heat accepted, yes, supplied. The heat supplied is taken as positive, whereas heat rejected is taken as negative. Q1 to 2 taken as negative and Q4 is taken as positive. So we can call this as minus QR plus of, that is nothing applied minus heat rejected, gives us the work done. This is second equation. Work done in the Carnot cycle is the difference of heat supplied minus heat rejected. So now coming to this heat supplied during process 4. So here Q34 are heat supplied during process. In short, we call this as a Q, and which is given by P3 log to the base E V4 by V3. So heat supplied during process 4, as this process 3-4 is the isothermal process. So heat transfer or heat interaction in this isothermal process is given by P3V3 into log E 4 divided by. So we can write this as RT1 log base E V4 divided by V3. How we can write this as RT1? Because we know PV is equal to MRT. V is equal to MRT, where V is volume in meter cube. But we can write this as PV volume in meter cube per kg specific volume is equal to RT. So for this process 3 to 4, P3V3, we can write this as RT3. But temperature during process 3 to 4, we assume as a higher temperature. That higher temperature we can say as a T1. There are only two temperatures. T1 is higher temperature and T2 is the lower temperature. So this process 3 to 4 works at the temperature T1, and the process 1 to 2 works at temperature T2, lower temperature and higher temperature. These are the two constant temperature processes. The temperature at which this process 3 to 4 works called as the temperature T1. So this can be written as RT1. Therefore, by RT1 we get this heat supplied as RT1 log E V4 divided by T, assuming mass of the gas as 1 kg. So now the heat rejected during process 1 to 2 can be given R log to the divided by V2. This can be written as RT log to the 1 by V2. Call as a this can be written as RT2. Similar way, RT. Write this as P. Saying this PV is equal to RT. Process 1 2 and write P2 equal to R2 means temperature at which process 1 to 2. Therefore, by RT2 of R is equal to RT2. So now we need to find out work done. Is equation 1. We have seen work done is equal to supplied minus expected. So therefore, work done can be given done cycle is given as W equal to, now heat supplied we know that is equal to R 1 log to 4 divided by V3 minus of R log to the base E V1 divided by V2. So taking R as common, we can write this as R 1 log to the base E V4 divided by V3 minus of log to the base E 1 divided by V2. This is equation number 5. So now the efficiency of Carnot cycle can be given as the ratio of work done divided by supplied. Now work done is given by R 1 log base E V4 divided by V3 minus T2 log to the base V4 minus V4 divided by V3, closing this bracket, whole divided by heat supplied is given by R T1 log base E 4 divided by V3. So RR gets cancelled. So this first term T1 log E V4 divided by V3, T1 log E V4 divided by V3 gets cancelled. So term becomes 1 minus of T2 divided by T1 into numerator log E V4 divided by V3 divided by log was by V1 by V2. So here this will be V1 by V2 divided by V4 divided by V3. Now looking at this as equation number 8. So now we will discuss about the temperature VT relations for process 4 to 1. So PVT relations we have discussed already, and here about the various processes, adiabatic process. So here temperature volume relation for process 4 to 1 for isentropic process. Four to 1 we have V1 divided by V4 equal to divided by power of 1 divided by gamma minus 1. T1 means the temperature at higher level, temperature T1, this is temperature T2. So T1, T2 is not related to point 1, 2, 3, 4. So T1 is temperature from point 3, temperature from point 1 to 2. So this we call as equation number 9. And for isentropic process, two to three, and write this as divided by V3 to T1 divided by T power of 1 divided by gamma minus 1 is equation number 10. So from equation number 9 and 10, equating for 9 and 10, we can write this as equating 9 and 10. We can see here right hand side of both equations are same, therefore we can write V1 divided by V4 equal to V2 divided by, further on interchanging on left hand side and V4 on right hand side, we can write this as V1 divided by V2 equal to V4 divided by V3. So we call this as equation number 11. So from equation number 11, we see here V1 divided by V2 is equal to V4 divided by V3. V1 is equal to V1 by V2 is equal to V4 by V3. V1 by V2 is equal to V4 by V3. Log to the base e V1 divided by V2 divided by log to the base e V4 divided by V3 gets cancelled. What is going to remain? The c is equal to 1 minus T2 divided by T1 is going to remain. Therefore, we can write here as the equation of efficiency was 1 of T2 divided by T1 into log to the base e. It was like this: V1 divided by V2 log to the base 4 divided by V. Have proved that V1 V4 divided by V3. Because of this, term in the numerator, term in the denominator gets cancelled. Efficiency of Carnot cycle is equal to 1 minus T2 divided by T1 is going to remain. Now further, the efficiency of Carnot cycle can also be obtained based on the TS diagram. From TS diagram also, we can say temperature versus entropy diagram. Heat supplied yes equal to T1 into, so heat is supplied here, so this temperature is T1 and this temperature, lower temperature, is T2, into S4 minus entropy at point use, and heat rejected is also given by entropy at point 1, at point 2, 1, S2. So this is again S3 and S4. So now Carnot efficiency can be given as work done divided by heat supplied work done is equal to, again, heat supplied minus heat rejected, that is, we call this as 13 equal as 40, 1 minus 4 minus of divided by S. But separately, let's can second term divided by 1 minus divided by 8 by, at this S diagram, S1 is equal to S4, here and S2 is term cancel, P minus there 2, all this is 30. There are two methods to of Carnot cycle, equal to, one is using P diagrams. So this is how Carnot cycle pass out Brayton cycle.